School Safety Center and the Ohio Attorney General's office have free threat assessment resources. Now, we've posted those links to the information on our website, whio.com. And a new federal rule change will expand mental health benefits for private insurance plans. Under the new rule, insurance companies must evaluate and update their coverage to make sure they're complying. Some experts want to make sure insurers offer better rates for mental health professionals.
They can do much better financially if they're not part of a network, and yet many mental health providers want to provide to people who receive insurance if they get paid fairly.
The change would also impact the hundreds of health plans offered to state and local government employees. It's something you almost have to see to believe, and new video shows it all on camera. A homeowner had his phone rolling as a 6-foot alligator squeezed her body through his fence.
There she goes.
Yikes. The homeowner says she got into the backyard and made a nest for her eggs, and so he was wondering how she got in there. So when he saw her making her way towards his backyard, he grabbed his camera and captured her jamming her head through the fence as you saw and getting inside.
Were you a little scared?
You know, if you ask my kids, I'm a little nutty in that regard. I don't realize things are dangerous until they're through, and then I think, maybe I shouldn't have done it that way.
He said he's got grandkids and dogs that swim in his pool, so he has to figure out a way to get the gator and her eggs safely out of his yard. Yikes, look at her. Well, tonight we want to give a shout out to News Center 7's very own James Brown on his big Emmy win tonight. It's for his piece about Gemma Manley. She was actually attacked on the Iron Horse Trail in 2020, and she sat down with James at her family's dining room table to talk about how she fought back. It was an incredibly emotional story. James, along with photojournalist Mike Burianek and Nate Davis, they won an Ohio Valley Emmy for their work, and we want to say congratulations. Weather specialist Nick Dunn joins us now with your Storm Center 7 forecast. And 24 hours ago, things were a little wild. We were talking about how you were going to have to be prepared for overnight, and we got through that.
Yep.
But now there's something else.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of fog tomorrow morning. If you have any initial plans to maybe go to church or maybe go to the county fair, or maybe you're just going to sleep through it all. It's very possible you might miss out on some of the fog. So let's look at what the projected visibility may look like for tomorrow morning. So right after midnight, we should still be okay. But as we get into the early overnight in the first part of tomorrow morning, you start to see visibility numbers decreasing a little bit. And again, these numbers, you have to kind of take these with a grain of salt, but this just kind of shows where we are looking at the potential for some fog formation. Couldn't even rule out a few spots of some denser fog. But the good news is, once we get past mid-morning, the fog starts to mix out, and we'll see better conditions out there for us. So just kind of keep that in mind first thing tomorrow morning. But right now, looking over Xenia, pretty nice outside. 74 here in Dayton. That north-northeast wind at 5 helping to gradually bring down the humidity over the next couple of days, which will be a good thing for us. Across the rest of the Miami Valley, 70 in Wapakoneta, 70 in Springfield, 77 in Springboro. So still have a couple warmer spots out there, but everybody will start to cool off into the 60s as the night goes. Satellite and radar, again, 24 hours ago, we were tracking some storms coming across Illinois into Indiana. Tonight, we have another round of storms, but this is way off to our south. A little bit of cloud cover trying to creep in. We may see this graze our southern counties. That might limit some of the fog formation, but overall, with clearing skies and the lighter winds, definitely we'll have to kind of watch for some fog formation out there. Your humidity levels for tomorrow. Now, if you're not a real big fan of the humidity, again, I don't necessarily mind it, but I know some of us don't really like it. You're going to notice an improvement tomorrow, and then much better conditions from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Humidity will start to pick up a little bit again by the time we get into Thursday. So Futurecast kind of looks like this. This is not showing really much in the way of kind of picking up on that fog necessarily. But we get into Sunday morning. Once that mixes out, we should see plenty of sunshine for the afternoon. Really nice afternoon for us. Highs get up into the middle 80s. The only exception is I am going to throw in the chance of a stray shower. That's the only change to the forecast I've made for tomorrow. But I think really like 90 to 95% of us are going to be dry, and that chance of rain really not necessarily very high, at least until we get towards middle of next week. 66 tonight, partly cloudy skies, getting a little bit of patchy fog out there as well. And looking at the 7-day forecast, Monday and Tuesday looking fantastic. Highs a little bit below normal for this time of the year in the lower to middle 80s. We'll warm it up back to more seasonable levels for midweek, and another chance of rain to rise for Thursday and Friday.
What's the most extraordinary thing you've been able to do? Thanks.